just like rest right there. Yeah. So I just went on this walk and I just had some pretty crazy experiences happen. But overall, the theme of this walk was kind of like I ended up going on this walk because I wanted to clear my mind like I usually do. I usually like to walk every day. But in particular, this one was slightly different, just in the fact that I got this download in the form of a YouTube video just before going on this walk. And it was actually one of those like videos where the girl is asking AI about like human consciousness and stuff. Which I take those videos with a grain of salt, but at the same time, I sometimes recognize that there is validity in those videos, because a lot of what AI is speaking about is truth, because I have come to discover that myself in my own spiritual journey. So all about consciousness, manifestation, and how we can bring certain things into our reality, things that we want to manifest and things that we want to bring forward, and how we can reduce, eliminate, remove the blocks that are keeping us from actually receiving and existing in the reality that we wish to receive and exist in. And I think that video just had a really good, it was just so simple in how they framed it, which was the only thing you need in order to create your reality is to decide. I can't remember if they said decide or declare, but either way, like, you need to decide what it is that you want, and then it's just about allowing. So there is no reason to like put pressure on what it is that you are trying to bring in, but it really is about like letting go of the reins and asking for assistance from the universe and knowing that you're in alignment with that. Like, a lot of this is very personal for me, and I'm just kind of like observing this from my own perspective, from my own journey, and where I am at specifically on my journey, which I've been in this place of releasing guilt, releasing doubt, releasing all of the things that are no longer in alignment with me, things that have been blocking me from receiving all these things that I want for myself. And instead, I'm in this place of learning how to allow. And that has been one of the biggest challenges thus far, because I wasn't sure, this is so strange. Hold on. I need to regroup and rebalance, because there's this lady here and I don't know what her energy is, but it just feels kind of odd, and I think she's been just walking back and forth, which, do what you need to do, but I just found it a bit strange. Anyways, I was just noticing that, recognizing that. Anyways, oh, she literally parked. Oh, I'm did she park right next to me? Okay, yeah, weird energies, right? Weird energies trying to kind of take you out of alignment with what you are doing. And so anyways, I was just reflecting on that video as I was taking this walk and deciding that I'm going to just take this advice, learn to just allow and know that it is done. Decide what you want, allow it to be, allow it to come, allow it to be received, allow yourself to receive, and know that it is done. And nothing beyond that is required. You don't need to do anything beyond that. You only need to basically just take action when you feel called to take action. And that is a part of the allowing as well, is allowing the action to come through, allowing the inspiration to come through and be made manifest by you, however it is that you are needing to move and take action in. And then know that it is done. Know that your prayers are going to be a result of following the inspired action from the things that you have decided for yourself. And allow those things to come through. And know that it is done. Know that it is already here for you. Know that it is already in existence. It's already around you. So I hope that made sense. I feel like I kind of went long-winded with that. It didn't need to be that long. Let me see if I can distill this into even more of a clear, concise framework. So I basically watched this video that was about learning how to bring in the manifestations, let go of the blocks that are keeping you from receiving your manifestations. And you do this by deciding what it is that you want, making sure that thing is in alignment with your truth as well. That's a big piece of it. Allowing it to be, allowing it to come to you, allowing it to come in and be made manifest. And then just trusting that it is done, knowing that it is done. And that's where the trust and the faith comes in, because there is so much faith required in doing things that maybe feel outside of your control or outside of what it is that you are trying to do. Maybe it's something that you've dreamed of that is so big that you have no idea how to even go about bringing this thing into your reality. And the old way of being has been, you have to work for this. You have to put in hours and you have to work hard for whatever it is that you need or whatever it is that you want in order to survive. Or it's a survival mindset. And that's what we're moving out of. That's what we're releasing. That's what we're letting go of. Is that framework of I have to do to receive, when really you just have to decide and receive. Decide what you want. Decide what you want. Allow it to be. Allow it to flow. Allow that to be without resistance by you, and know that it is done. So yeah, that's what my reflections were today on this walk, and it was very peaceful and I just felt a shift when I was sitting. I had a few crazy experiences actually. I was sitting on this bench that I like to sit at and just kind of soak in the sun. And I was sitting there for maybe an hour. And for one, I had a few different cool experiences as I was meditating and kind of singing a little bit. I like to sing sometimes to Mother Nature. And I start singing and suddenly all these ladybugs start flying around. They were I don't know, suddenly my awareness was being brought to all these ladybugs, right? Which are a symbol of good luck. Then, this red dragonfly literally just kind of appeared and kind of hovered in front of me and landed on my shoulder. And I was so surprised. I've seen this dragonfly before. I've never seen them outside of this area, the red ones like that, but they're kind of small, and they have these beautiful, bright red bodies on them, and they're really cute, actually. They're not the big, loud dragonflies. They're very cute and, calm. So it just landed on my shoulder for a second. Then it flew away eventually. Then I was sitting again on the bench and I'm meditating. I'm not really meditating, but I'm just sitting in peace, right? And I hear this shuffling behind me, like kind of loud, and I'm like, I know it didn't sound like a human. So I turn around. It's this giant squirrel. Literally, like, you know that game where like you turn around and you like have to stop? I think it's like red light, green light. So I turn around and the squirrel stops and like stares at me. And I'm like, okay. Turn back around. I hear it just hopping up behind me again. And I'm like, all right, like, I guess the squirrel is very comfortable with humans. I've never really experienced that level of comfort. So, anyways, it hops up, goes under the bench. My legs are crossed, so it it runs under the bench. Not even runs, it's just like kind of chilling. And it hops under the bench, under my foot, and just stares at me. And I knew, I could tell it was about to jump on me. Like I could feel it. It was about to jump up my leg. And I was like, nah. Like, I love you, but I don't want that. I don't want that, you know? Like, I need to kind of protect my boundaries here. So I like kind of moved, and then it like took off and like ran into the woods. But yeah, I was just like, what in the world? I have never seen a squirrel be that comfortable with humans before. I have seen them be very comfortable as far as like I walk by, like this area is pretty safe, so I feel like the animals are very respected here. So there's never any like feeling that the animals feel fear towards humans. Like they're very chill. So like I walk past squirrels and like they don't, that guy's moving, dang, he lapped me. Yeah, the squirrels here aren't very, they aren't very afraid of humans, but I've never seen one get that close. I have a theory that it was after the fluff on my coat, because it probably saw the fluff and was like, I need that for my nest, you know? The squirrel looked pretty, like, chunky, like it could have been pregnant or it could have just been getting ready for the winter, you know? Getting their nest ready, so there's that. And then, sorry, that was a weird song. And then, last thing, I've been sat on the bench, right, for about an hour. I look up over the lake, and this swan emerges from the corner. It's like this corner of the lake that is kind of in the shadow. Mind you, I hadn't seen this swan the entire time. And I just happened to look up, and this swan is just suddenly there. And I'm like, where did you come from? This lake has some swan pairings that come in here and there. Not every time. It's actually pretty rare to see the swans because swans do their own thing, right? Like geese, guaranteed to see some geese every time. But swans is like a special experience. It's like a special message. That's how I take it, at least. As like, I don't know, just like a sign of a little bit of magic that the universe is kind of delivering, so. And it's only one swan, which is also very significant because typically swans form pairings and they mate for life. So it was kind of unique to just see one swan on the lake, just having a beautiful time, eating, doing its thing. So yeah, all of that happened in a span of like 10 minutes. I was sitting there for an hour, but literally all of this happened in a span of 10 minutes after I made this shift and deciding that I want life to be fun. I want life. I want my creative ventures. I want my projects. I want everything about my life to be fun. And I decided that was my decision. That was what I decided. And I stepped into the allowing of that. And as soon as I did that, that's when all of this started happening around me. All these magical moments and experiences. So I felt like I should share that and maybe inspire some other people to kind of tap in and let themselves allow a little bit more freely and be open to receiving all the magic that the universe wants to deliver to you, because as you can see, it is everywhere and it is just waiting to be seen, explored, received. So yeah, that's all I had to say. I'm gonna continue on with my day. I just had a beautiful workout. I went to the gym. I like to do a cycling class where I never really thought I would be this person, but I do like going to the gym now. I like taking classes, and I actually have friends in my cycling classes, which is crazy. I didn't think I'd be that type of person to like have friends in my classes, but I mean, you go regularly enough, then naturally that's bound to happen. But yeah, so I had a beautiful day doing that, starting my day off, and now I'm going to go back to the house and just flow, I guess. I want to have fun, so I'm going to just do things that feel like fun and feel aligned. So yeah, talk to you guys again later, and thanks for chatting with me, and I hope you guys have a beautiful day.